A county animal shelter is overcrowded with cats and dogs. Why so many pets are being brought in and what kind of help the shelter's asking for. And police are looking to add new sky cams in Toledo. We look into why City Council is considering this and where the cameras would go. Chris?
We're going to have your Thanksgiving Day forecast in full sight coming up here in the next few days. But beyond that, a bitter cold outlook into the weekend ahead could bring some of the coldest air of the season well into early December. I'll have the preview in my 10-day forecast coming up. Kaylee, back over to you.
Thanks for joining us on WTOL 11 News on Plus. I'm Kaylee Marintet. Let's take a look at your top stories for this Tuesday night. Anthony Cook is the worst serial killer in Toledo history, with at least 9 victims throughout a 16-month period. And on December 5th, he has a chance at parole. Tonight at 11 Investigates looks into Cook's reign of terror between 1980 and 1981 and what the future could hold for him. He was a night stalker, preying on young couples sitting in their cars or walking down the street. Now at 75 years old, he likely has his last chance at parole at a hearing next week.
We didn't have the death penalty back then, so they didn't get the death. He didn't get the death penalty. We didn't have life without parole then, so he didn't get life without parole. So he got a sentence that ended with life, but that it had a fixed amount of years, and so that allows him to be eligible for parole. It doesn't mean he'll get parole.
We'll have more tonight at 11, but right now on WTOL 11 Plus, we have an hour-long program on this dark chapter in Toledo history with extra interviews and footage along with a lengthy discussion. A Perrysburg high school teacher is on administrative leave tonight after a chemical mix-up in a science class. According to the school district yesterday, a teacher in a science lab mistakenly provided ammonia instead of the intended vinegar for an experiment. This led to multiple students ingesting a small amount of the substance. Some experienced symptoms were sent to the school nurse. Some students who had those symptoms were sent to the school nurse before being advised by poison control to seek further medical attention as a precaution. The district says, quote, "This incident is unacceptable and does not reflect the high standards of safety and care that we uphold in our schools," end quote. An investigation is now underway into how this happened. Overcrowded and overwhelmed. That's how an animal shelter is feeling after an increase in cats and dogs coming in. Sophia Perricone has this story.
At the Henry County Humane Society, things are a little bit tight.
This is a lot. This is the most I have seen here.
That's because over the past few weeks, the shelter has been hit with more than a dozen humane cases.
We have a few dogs that came in that were being neglected and emaciated and full of parasites.
Henry County Humane Director Crystal Harden says she isn't sure why the jump in neglect, but that jump has flooded into overcapacity. They can typically hold up to 10 dogs. Right now,
we have around 25 dogs.
And it's not just a puppy problem.
So we had a pretty rough kitten season. We normally can take 40 at a time, and we have 66.
With nearly 100 animals in-house, kennel manager Jennifer Olenichek says it's putting a strain on staff and rescues. Right now, the society's staff is made up of 5 employees and even fewer volunteers.
The animals feel the stress just as much as we do. And then there's always, supplies, laundry detergent, bleach, cleaning, so much laundry and dishes, and keeping them up on what they need first.
The Humane Society doesn't get any government funding, so it's always open to donations. But Olenichek says giving your time can be just as helpful, especially right now.
Come in and lend a hand, even to socialize, because they need that human experience and that bonding.
The Toledo Police Department, they are looking to use drones and asking City Council for approval. Police officials say they want to see how the department could effectively use them. The proposal would allow TPD to essentially do a trial run with drones from the same company that provides the city's license plate readers, Flock Group Incorporated. But some City Council members, they're skeptical.
I think we're living in a time right now where our civil liberties are under attack often, right? I think that each of us have a right to our own privacy, to our own individualism, I think that anytime we start integrating technology into things, we are signing away our right to privacy. I just want to make sure that the technology isn't following people who don't deserve it.
Toledo police officials are also looking to City Council to approve more sky cameras in South Toledo. Well, drivers will be able to use the Craig Memorial Bridge tomorrow to get from East Toledo to downtown. The bridge was closed yesterday and today while ODOT crews surveyed and inspected the bridge. Crews will finish up their assessment today before reopening the bridge. ODOT tells WTOL 11 the data collected during this two-day closure will help them plan future work on the bridge. Today marks the start of a new chapter for Jute Mode. The business moved to a new location on Monroe and 18th Street. For years, the specialty t-shirt maker had been on Adams Street. The owner says they simply started to outgrow their last location. The new spot has more than double the size, and the production and offices are connected to the rental space.
I think it's an iconic building as well. So we're really proud of the fact that not only did we need the new space, but we were able to rehab a building that a lot of people are familiar with and make sure that it has just as long as a future as it has had a past.
The store will be open this week and closed on Thursday for Thanksgiving. Walking pneumonia cases are spiking all around Ohio. According to Wood County Hospital officials, there has been a shift in cases affecting more young kids ages 2 to 4. The reason behind the increase isn't clear. Well, have you ever dreamt about moving to Italy? Viral posts claim you can do it for just about $1. Our Verified team explains whether the deal is too good to be true.
The Italian island of Sardinia is known for its relaxed pace of life. Following the election, searches about moving abroad have spiked, including for people wondering if you can live la dolce vita for just €1, or a little more than $1. If this sounds too good to be true, you're not alone. One viewer texted us to ask if that sweet offer will really just leave a sour taste in your mouth. So let's verify. Our sources are the governments of Ololai and Musomelli, Italy, Italian real estate website Idealista, and the National Association of Realtors. All of our sources say yes, this offer is legit, but it comes with a lot of caveats that will end up costing you more than €1. Ololai's mayor told CNN that his community is marketing these homes toward American voters, although the website doesn't mention the election. The list of homes for sale isn't available yet, but programs like this have existed for years in Italy. Typically, they offer the most dilapidated homes for €1, while Ololai says it's offering move-in ready homes or those that need minimal renovation for affordable prices that cost up to €100,000. A similar program in Musomelli on nearby Sicily explains buyers must commit to renovating the home within a certain time frame, paying for permits, legal fees, and deposits, or risk a fine. Idealista explains you'll more likely spend at least $20,000 to $50,000 for a basic renovation. Plus, you have to qualify for a residency permit so you can actually live in your new home. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Those looking to travel for the holidays are in luck when it comes to gas prices. Patrick DeHaan with Gas Buddy says prices this holiday are the lowest they've been since this time in 2020. He says Ohio is showing an average of $2.90 a gallon for unleaded gas. In Toledo, it's $2.81 a gallon, just about 17 cents lower than last year.
If you're heading out of the state, you'll probably want to fill up in Ohio, especially if you're heading east into areas like Pennsylvania. Prices tend to be much higher. You may find a little bit lower prices if you head into Kentucky and down into West Virginia. But by and large, Ohio tends to be a state with some of the lower prices amongst your neighbors.
However, DeHaan says people can expect to see those stations with higher prices starting to decrease and those stations above average prices starting to increase to balance out the prices. Cleveland Browns alumni and current players volunteered at the Greater Cleveland Food Bank this week. They helped neighbors get what they need for Thanksgiving and gave out meals for the holiday. Current Browns center Ethan Posick captured the day's spirit.
My father was a firefighter and my mom was a home hospice nurse, so they always instilled hard work.
The event wasn't just about feeding families, but helping them connect to resources and the community. For For those in need of a Thanksgiving meal, many organizations across the 419 are giving meals away. You can just text the word meal to 419-248-1100 and we'll send you a full list right to your phone. Oh, it was a battle between students and teachers. Whitmer High School hosted a charity basketball game. The students challenged teachers. The game is a part of a nonprofit Distributive Educational Clubs of America, or DECA, program through the school.
It gets students involved, right? And everyone wants to be in a classroom all the time. I think it shows them that, like I said before, little student involvement can do big results, right? It gets our staff involved. It creates that community that we want, right? Especially for the holidays.
The teachers did win the game, and the competition raised approximately $2,000. Don't forget, the WTOL 11 annual Gift of Joy toy drive has started. Once again, we're teaming up with Lucas County Children's Services to help kids in foster care. You can bring a child joy by donating a new unwrapped gift now and through December 20th. Children's Services, they are accepting options for all ages, but they are in need for gifts for infants and teens. Donations for toys or gifts will be accepted at any of the locations posted on WTOL.com. You can text the word to get a list of drop-off locations to help bring in the holiday season. Chris?
Speaking of the holiday season, Kaylee, we're looking at our Wednesday for area-wide travel. It is going to be a cloudy, dry day, right around 44 degrees, so no issues hitting the roads first thing in the morning or into the afternoon. Next chance of rain is going to come in Wednesday night and into early Thursday. Could mix with a few wet snowflakes, but by Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, that is going to be out of the area. Some sun will return. 42 degrees, the expected high on Thursday and into Friday. Get ready for the cold weather to roll into the area. It will turn very cold as we go into Friday, right around 34 degrees for the daytime high, with the chance to get some scattered snow showers for the end of the weekend on Friday. Dry conditions across the area now. We do have clouds that will increase, and we're dipping back into the 30s. It will end up close to the freezing mark as we get into Wednesday morning, but a dry start to the day. And if you're going to be rolling out the door, let's break things down. No issues with travel on the roads first thing in the morning. If that alarm goes off, maybe not for work or school, but to get on the roads, we're going to be in great shape, mid to upper 30s. Grab the jackets and coats. You're going to need them into the afternoon. Mainly cloudy skies right around the mid 40s as we go into the afternoon. Now there's the clouds rolling into the area tonight into tomorrow morning. It will be a dry start to the day Wednesday. Mainly cloudy skies into the afternoon. There will be the chance to get some rain showers that develop. This is going to be after dark Wednesday night and into early Thursday. Could get cold enough. You're going to see this briefly here. It mixes in with a few wet snowflakes. I'll be very clear about this one. I'm not expecting any accumulation, as it is likely going to be about 34 to 36 when it's snowing. Much of that will be melting on contact, mixed in with some rain showers. That is out of the area. As we get into Thanksgiving morning, here's the clock right around daybreak. Notice that cooler northerly wind. Snow chances, rain chances pushing off to the east, and it will not impact our Thanksgiving afternoon. No issues with travel will be expected as we go into Thanksgiving Day. So what to expect for Thanksgiving Day after that early morning sprinkler flurry, mostly cloudy into the afternoon. 42 degrees is going to be the daytime high. But the early heads up on this one, bitterly cold weather is going to be arriving as we go beyond Thanksgiving. Pushes into the area Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and may persist well into next week for some very cold weather. Speaking of cold, how about your weekend forecast? This is the daytime high on Saturday, 31 degrees. Near 30 Sunday. I have both weekend days below freezing. Very cold and brisk Saturday. Few flurries on Sunday. There's no snow accumulation here locally, but heads up, there's going to be widespread lake effect snow that is going to be east